All right, so they say third time's a charm. Let's see if it is. All right, let's try it again. Hey everyone. Hello, hello. So our third attempt at the live. Hello again. Hi everyone. It kicked me out again. I turned off my Wi-Fi on my phone now and I'm just using my data, so maybe if there is any weird thing with my connection, then that should solve it. Although it should have just went onto my data automatically, but then again, what can we do? All right, hello everyone. Hello, hello. All right. Thanks again for jumping back in for everyone. Hello everyone. All right, so we're still working on getting texture into our octopus. So we'll keep going. Hi, Patty. Awesome, guys. All right, let's just keep working on our guy. I'll keep an eye and see what's happening. Hopefully that was the last time. Third time is a charm. All right. He's looking good. Let's just try to keep this going now, shall we? Okay, so I want this line just to not look so perfect. So I'm just going to put a bit of black on top of it just to take away how like perfectly like kind of straight it is. I had too good a job on that one. No, and then I'm just gonna make this one thinner. And I'm just using a little bit of, I'm using black paint and I'm just wetting it a little bit with water just to make it smoother and get what I want to do. So I just want to make this, just this line's a little thick for my liking. I'm just going to do that here too. Bring it around, make it a little thinner. Okay. Awesome. Cool. All right, so hope yours is still turning out nice. Okay, so with this one here, this one's pretty much solidly the back part where you can only see the suckers. So what I'm gonna do is I want this to be I want these lines here to be thinner. I don't want them to be as thick. So I'm just gonna get my black paint and just thin down these lines with black. Okay, and you can use black paint and then you can use some water just to make it like flow a little bit more like ink, so it's easier to control if you want to. If you're using the water, it just makes your strokes more like just flow, like they just will kind of, again, like ink. If you want it to be a little bit more rough, right, you want that chalkboard vibe, even if you do that, it's okay because we could just put white paint and fix it so it's good. Then you don't really want to use water and you just want to use the paint, and then it will give you more of like a rough kind of texture lines to it. Depends on the vibe that you want, okay? And you can go back and forth. Like you can do some kind of more smooth and some a little bit rough. It's up to you. Whatever you like. Okay. I'll do the same on this side too. Okay. That's better. feel like I'm holding my breath sometimes when I try to be really like specific on my lines. I'm like, breathe, don't forget to breathe. Okay. So I kind of eradicated some of those lines. I'm just going to put them back in slightly. And I don't want it to be super, like, really smooth. I do want it to have a little bit choppy vibe. So I'm just gonna do that too. This needs to be more white here. Okay, cool. Yeah, it sucks, Laura. That's okay. What can we do, right? Technology's like that. I think this should be okay now. I'm assuming it's the Wi-Fi maybe, because I think my phone defaults to connect to my Wi-Fi. And then I think if it like blinks on or off or something, which granted with the rain and stuff, we did have like the power flicker earlier today. So I'm wondering if maybe that just caused that to happen. This doesn't make sense in my head. I don't know what I was doing there. You know what? I think I want to redo that. Let's redo that, shall we? I'm just going to paint over it in black and then I'm going to repaint it. Yeah, I'm going to redo that part. I don't like that look of that. All right. So we'll let that do its thing. Okay. This one's kind of in the same boat as this one where you can see a lot of its like suckers. So we want to do the same thing here too. So I want to thin out these lines because in the original image again, where the suckers, where you can really see them really well, you don't have like a really thick outline of the tentacle. It's very thin. Like that is better. Okay. So I'm going to keep these ones mostly black as well, so those suckers can show up real nice. It's going to have a little bit of gray in this area. Like so. But mostly black. Okay, very, very nice. Alright, so let's continue on. No, maybe we'll jump to that one, I think, first, since that one I want to redo a bit. Okay, so same thing. So it's mostly suckers, but we're going to do the same kind of vibe on that. So we need our black paint, right? We're going to just thin out this a little bit. Right. On both sides. Like so. And we're going to do the same thing with this guy. Okay, I painted over the white. That's okay. I'm going to put it back in. Okay. Okay, and I just need to put this line back in. Okay, so I think I'm happy with that the way it is. Okay, now I'm going to touch up this guy. Okay, I'm going to put white paint back on this area where I want to keep it white. Right, and also I'm going to put it on this area, so I do the same thing on that side. Okay. Got black paint, and we're just going to bring it into the white. Bring it around so that it blends in nicely. Cool. And then we're gonna have to put in the rest of that I took out earlier. So how do I want this to be? Okay, so the end's gonna come here. Okay, and then I'm gonna redraw in this guy. That's a little better, I think. Okay, and I just want to get black going on in here. Okay, just finishing up this last guy. And then we can start, I think actually no, then I want to go back and just kind of fix up the eye of my octopus, and then we're going to be able to put in all our colorful suckers all over the place, and it's going to look super cool. Okay. Yes. So let's go back and play with the eye. Ooh. Hi, Michael. Oh, awesome. Michael's watching from the UK. That's fantastic. Really cool. I love when I see people from all over the place. That's really neat. Okay, cool. Just wanted to add in a little bit there so it wasn't the way I wanted it to be. Okay, so first off, I want to just clean up my line. Let's look at the eye here. So I do want to make this a little bit thinner. Almost. Okay, so I like that. Okay. So now I'm just going to put in kind of like the crease above the eye in white. Okay. And then under the eye, there are a few lines. Some creases there as well. Okay, and then also some kind of dots. Cool, kind of like that. Okay, and then the eye color and the shape. Well, it kind of goes like, there's kind of a crease like that, and then it kind of goes down like that and like that. And then in the inspiration image that we have, this is colored in a different color, but we'll do that color once we get to, when we pull the colors out for all the suckers. Okay. So I'm just using my like thinnest brush. And I'm just noticing a few little touch-ups that I want to make before I put on those suckers. So you may want to do the same thing. Or continue doing your blending. Or if you're a little ahead, then feel free to start painting and deciding where you want the suckers to go. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I want to make them too. Okay, cool. All right. So let's talk about the suckers and how we want them to go. Okay. So a few things about the suckers. The ones that are closest to the head, right? They're going to be bigger than the ones that are at the tips. Those are going to be smaller. So when you're painting, keep that in mind, okay? Also, if you look at the way the pattern is, they kind of go like almost like, I don't know, like a crisscrossy. Like they're not like super uniform side by side. They're like a bit like off from each other, right? So take a look at the way it is, and we're going to try to emulate that. They're also in like ovals, but they're not perfect ovals, and they do change a little bit. Okay, so also try to get that vibe when you're painting. So do kind of like an oval, but don't make it perfect, right? Okay. And then in the middle, it's dark as well because they're suckers, right? So it has like a bit of a darkness right in the middle. And there, it looks like also there's a little bit of white. They kind of outlined it. But I think what we'll focus on first is, I don't know if we want to paint them on in white first or if we want to just go right to the color. I guess it really depends on how the color's showing up against the black. So you can decide. If you put the color on and it's popping already, then we can go that route. If not, then we may want to put white first and then put the color on top of the white, and that will make it pop more. So I think what I'm going to start with, I really want to use this turquoise color. So I'm going to use the turquoise. Okay. Also, if you notice in our inspiration image, they kind of stick with a similar vibe. So it starts with like purple pink close to the where he's at, and then it goes into like a red, an orange, a yellow, and then a green. So I want to throw in, because I want mine to have a bit of a turquoise, so I think I'm going to replace one of the colors with that. I also have purple. Maybe we'll do the purple first though, just for ease. Got purple. I do have some pink. I think I'm going to do purple, pink. Do I want to do blue at the end maybe? I think I'm going to do blue at the end. Yeah, I kind of like how it's sticking with warm colors to begin with. And then it goes in after the yellow to like a cooler color. Ooh. Just making a mess out of my paints over here. Awesome. Okay. Cool. So yeah, so I think let's do that. Let's start off with, I want to start with my turquoise, but no, I'm not going to do a turquoise. I'm going to start off with purple, and we're going to start close to where this guy is. And I want my thinnest brush. I'm going to go that one. I'm going to go thin, but not my like super fine point one. I'm going to go a little bigger. Okay, I'm going to start with this one here because you can see them really nicely. And we're going to put one here. It's going to be one here. This one's gonna have a little bit of pink in it too. So we're gonna transition pink ones next. So one here. Okay. Okay, as I do this next one, I'm mixing it a little bit, my pink with a bit of red, just to get it a little darker shade. Okay. Let's do a little more. Okay. I'm just going to do pure red. And as I'm getting here, I'm going to try to start making them a little bit smaller. Because now we're getting a bit thinner, right? And some of my colors are going to need a second coat, so yours might as well. Just keep that in mind. Okay. Like my red definitely needs a second coat. It's a very thin color. Don't know my oranges. Random. It's okay. We'll use some yellow. Just put some yellow and some red. Make an orange. Okay. And then okay, and as you keep going, right, if you end up making them without like a black kind of center, we can always put the black center in later, right? And I may even want to do that anyways, depending on how it looks. It might work nicer that way. It's easier just to draw like an orange circle than just do it. Okay, then I'm going to get more yellow. So like here, I'm just going to draw kind of a yellow oval without worry so much for the center, because I'm going to go back in and add it. Okay, and I want to transition from here to this turquoise. So I'm going to go kind of first into like a green. I think I need to move on to a thinner brush at this point. Okay. Black. Okay, so I'm just going to use the black paint. Sorry, he's a lot of color going on, this guy. This guy's very bright and colorful. I'm just going to get black in the middle. There we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna do the centers. Although some of these centers were on like the white line, so I want to make sure that it shows up black. All right. So there we go. So we got the first little bit. The first one is nice and colorful. That's going to be the most colorful one. Absolutely, hands down. Okay. So now this guy here. So we're going to start with the purple. Now my purple is really hard to see, eh? So let me see, if I put another coat, still doesn't stand out very much, eh? So let's do this. So I'm gonna start by putting white. So I'm gonna want, I think, at least like 2 that are purple. So I'm gonna want one here. Okay. Okay, so one's gonna live there, and the other one's gonna live here. Okay, and then the rest, we're just gonna use the regular color. So I'm gonna just put white on it first, and we're gonna put the purple on top of that once the white dries, so we can see if a difference it makes. If it pops more that way, which I'm pretty sure it will, then I'm gonna redo those ones as well. Okay, so let's get pink. Pink, pink, pink. Okay, and this one's gonna come here. Okay. Another one here. Okay. And then from there we go to a bit of pinky red. Like here. Oh, I have to fix that white line behind it, but that's okay. Okay, let's do that again. Another one here. Okay, cool. This one kind of continues on, so it would go from like an orange to like a yellow. So the next one would be kind of like an orangey yellow. So let's put this orangey yellow one. And it's going to be a little smaller. So go to yellow. I'm just going to mix it into like a green. Okay. Just going to clean that brush and then use my thinner brush. And then do some turquoise. So I was very excited for turquoise. How cute. Okay. Okay, so now let's just do a little dot, 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 dot. Just on the inside. I'm going to come back and do these ones too. Okay. Okay, and let's go and paint. Okay, let's get these and put purple here. My paintbrush is a little wet. I'm just going to put purple right on top of this white. Yeah, I'm just going to color the whole thing in. I'll just put black in the middle after. All right. So yeah, so having the white underneath the purple, it really makes it stand out more. But it also kind of blended a bit with the white too, so it's definitely not as dark as it was. I have to let it sit for a bit longer. Okay. All right. So what's next? Let's see. So we're going to continue doing the suckers. So this guy here is going to be like the turquoise is going to be around here. We're going to have green and into the yellow. So let's do that. So I'm going to start with my yellow. I'm going to put my yellow here. Okay. Let's start getting a green kind of color going on. Okay. And I'm just gonna put a little line. Okay, just putting black in the middle. Nice. Okay. So this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8 comes across. Okay, cool. So then this one we're only going to see the purple ones at the bottom. So I think I'm going to do what I did before, which let's put some white where we want the purple to be, and then we'll paint on top of that. Let that dry out a little bit more. Oh. Keep using my thinner one. Okay. Okay. Cool. And then here we're also going to have purple. So again, I'm just going to use okay. And now it just goes right off the edge there. Hi, Asif. Thanks for coming. Someone's joining. Nice to have you on. All right. So for these ones here, we're also going to do purple. I made it a little bit lighter, so I just mixed it with the white already. Because it'll make it a little bit lighter, so it'll give me a bit of... Okay. Okay. Fantastique. What else? So that guy also... So here too. So we're gonna have 1. And 2. And 3. Okay. Any more purple? Okay, we're just gonna put purple on those ones, but those ones aren't dry yet, so we'll leave that for a moment. I do want to add a little bit of pink more here. Starts transitioning in color. and here. And that one. Cool. And that one curves there. And those ones are going to be light. Okay, cool. Okay, so this one we're going to start with the orangey color. Okay, and then let's go more yellow here. Okay. So we're going to just keep going with the same color pattern. Put some nice circles going on. Okay, we're going to transition out to the green. Cute. Okay. So I think with this one, we're gonna have maybe like one yellow one here. Ooh, this is still wet here. Okay. And then green. Turquoise. Okay. And this one here, I need a few turquoise, I think. Okay, cute. Okay, so those are still pretty wet, so let's go and put into some black middles and these ones. Cool. Okay. Okay. So I'm just gonna touch up those, and then I want to do this eye here. And I think with the eye, stick with that kind of purplish pinky color. Okay. Okay. There's this cool eyeball. Okay. And then let's just put purple on these. They're not fully dry yet, but we'll still give a good vibe to it. Okay. Okay. So I think this is pretty much complete. There might be more or less that you might want to do. I did a little bit different here because I kind of went above the line. I was kind of playing with that. I don't know if I love it actually. I might want to go back and just like touch it up and re-put the suckers into the tentacle. I was trying to play with it to see if I wanted to stick out. We'll see if I keep it that way or not. So there we go. So that's pretty much our colorful octopus for today. Remember to sign your painting as well. So I'm going to put my initials right there. Boom. Fantastic. Awesome. So there we go. So here, that is the original inspiration image that we have, our colorful octopus. And here is my recreation. Turned out pretty good. You can look at some of the tentacles a little bit closer. The head turned out pretty neat too. I really like the eye. I think that turned out really nice. Right. Great. And the blending I think turned out really good too. I'm really happy with it. So yes, that comes up to the 2-hour mark. So not too bad. Kind of funny because I did think that painting was actually going to be a lot faster. Granted, we did have some technical difficulties. So I really appreciate everyone who stuck on and jumped back on once I came back live. So I appreciate you guys a lot. I hope you had a great time tonight. And please snap a picture of your colorful octopus and share it with me as well, because I'd love to see how you guys have interpreted it and what you did. If you did add the diver in, if you changed the colors, or whatever you did, it'd be fantastic. All right, so there's my painting again. Pretty happy with it. I really love how colorful. That was really fun. Fantastic. Have a great night, and I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye.